welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, home of the authentic fan, where Giants fans are milling around, getting ready to come inside for Game 2 of the 3-game series. The Houston Astros against the Giants, the teams with the 2 best records in all of Major League Baseball. What an interleague series this is. Dave Flemming, Mike Krukow, great to have you with us on this Saturday afternoon. And we are just about ready for baseball. Let's get to the Astros lineup, brought to you by your Bay Area GMC dealers. And it is a powerful Houston lineup, leading the league in runs scored, batting average, all kinds of categories. Jose Altuve, the monster game last night. Diaz, Brantley, Gurriel, Correa, Kyle Tucker over in right field. Chas McCormick starts this game in center field. Greinke batting 8th with Maldonado, the catcher, in that number 9 spot in the lineup. And they will face the Giants left-hander, 18th start of the year for Alex Wood.
Alex Wood, who is 30 years of age in his 9th year at the big league level. And this is what he has done with 9-3 record, a 3.65 ERA. You take your bats against him, you're going to see a four-seamer, a changeup, a curveball. He'll sink and cut the fastball. Take a look at the StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. It tells you how he uses his pitches. And I mean, the sinker, he will adjust his grips on, but about half the time you're going to see that. But the changeup and slider, I mean, really are 2 great weapons, especially against right-handed hitters. And that is the uniqueness of Alex Wood with his motion, which has got a little herky jerk to it. Not an easy guy to see early in his delivery if you're in that batter's box. Lifetime against the Astros, 1-1 with a 0.64 ERA.
And he's been a confident pitcher lately. Alex Wood gets the ball today. Giants trying to even this series at 1 game apiece. If they can quiet down the Astros leadoff hitter, that would be a big step in the right direction. Altuve had a huge game last night. Went to bunt against the first pitch, and that fastball came way inside.
I mean, you just don't expect a guy to hit 2 home runs last night, won a grand slam, to bunt on the first pitch of the game. But welcome to the world of Jose Altuve. And he almost runs into this thing.
Little scissor kick from Altuve. 67 degrees at game time. On the ground to short. Crawford right there. And he throws out Altuve.
Let's take a look at the Giants defense. It's brought to you by Geico, starting in their outfield from left to right. It'll be Wade, Duggar, and Yastrzemski, the best arm in center field. Crawford and Flores on the left side of the infield. Solano and Rupp on the right side. Kurt Casale, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So Aledmys Diaz hitting toward the bottom of the order last night. Today moves up to the number 2 spot, and he swings through a first pitch fastball. Diaz had some good at bats and also made a couple really nice defensive plays. Hits that one on the ground, and Flores cuts across in front of Crawford. 2 down.
You're playing on the left side of the infield with all these right-handers hitting against Alex Wood. You're going to get a lot of work. Two hitters, 2 ground balls to the left side.
And to me, when Alex Wood's getting those ground balls, that's when he's locked in.
I agree. His slider, I mean, about 4 starts ago, he got it back. It kind of disappeared a little bit in the month of June. But he has made the adjustments, and the pitch is working again for him.
Michael Brantley, 330 batting average, 94-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike. Just one of the great pure hitters in the game.
That's what he is. I mean, he can hit. He's got tremendous bat head control. Very relaxed.
Time. Wood went ahead and threw the pitch. Time was granted late by Brian O'Nora.
Now, when you like to work quick, and Wood likes to work quick, I mean, you're going to run into that. I mean, this is a very benign generation. I mean, there was a time when somebody did that to you, you were taught to throw at the guy. I mean, a lot of guys would throw a one-hopper at him and just say, hey, it slipped and whatnot, but it was a free shot to let a guy know you don't like it.
One and one to Michael Brantley, who hits a little flip shot. Crawford can't get there. I mean, even when this guy doesn't hit the ball hard, he comes up with hits. He had a couple of those last night.
Yeah, but you know, good hitters, they get those. I mean, their bat stays in the strike zone a long time. And he's strong enough to where he can fist off a ball he doesn't hit very well over the head of the infielders, like we just saw.
It gives Yuli Gurriel a chance. Gurriel having another big year. 317 average, 11 home runs. The styles, Mike, are so different with so many of these hitters, and yet the profile ends up being similar. Hard to strike out, puts the ball in play, but it can beat you with some power.
It's really a great point, and it just says that you cannot pitch this team one way. You have to be able to adjust to their styles, to their swing types.
That one pulled down the left field line. It is a foul ball, not by much.
It is an interesting thing, because every hitter is a puzzle. But when you do well against a team that has that many different approaches, you get guys who are hacks, who like Altuve can hit balls that are on his shoe top, and he can hit them over his head like he did last night. And you have other guys who are total bat control guys like Michael Brantley, and then you have guys who are middle away guys and guys who are middle in guys. And a lot of these Astros really think well within the at bat.
Liner to third, caught by Wilmer Flores. What'd you say about being aware on the left side of the infield?
Stay tuned.
Giants baseball on NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota. With 10 hybrids to choose from, there's one for everyone. Toyota, let's go places. By Heffernan Insurance, because you're different. By Xfinity. Experience a powerful and secure Wi-Fi connection for all your devices. Xfinity X5. Can your internet do that? And by Nextiva. When you need business communications for the office, the home office, and everywhere in between, choose Nextiva.
One of those beautiful murals that are all around San Francisco these days. No score, bottom of the first on this absolutely stunning Saturday afternoon. Lamont Wade Jr. against Zach Greinke, who goes to work and starts the game with one of those signature 71-mile-an-hour curveballs.
You're going to see a lot of creativity on the mound today from Zach Greinke. He's one of the really true artists of the game. And for Greinke, I mean, he's in his 17th year at the big league level. Remarkable career. And he's adjusted every year.
He's a different pitcher now than he used to be. Wade on the ground. That's a fair ball. Gurriel will just take it himself. So that's out number one. Wade is retired. The rest of the Giants lineup brought to you by your Bay Area GMC dealers. And we're not leaving Lamont out of that. He's hitting leadoff. Yastrzemski. Darren Ruff in there at first base, even against the right-hander. We'll talk about that a little bit as we go along. Flores, Crawford, Solano, Duggar, Kurt Casale. Day game after the night game gets to catch for Alex Wood. More than 3,000 career innings pitched now for Zach Greinke.
Well, and you know, when you face him, he's not going to really impress you with speed, but he is going to impress you with a change of speed. His changeup is one of the best in the game, and he'll throw his curveball slider at any time, and he can back off speeds of both the slider and the changeup.
Greinke, he's trying to get Brian O'Nora's attention. Something was in the umpire's eye, and he kept saying, well, where'd that pitch miss? And Brian O'Nora was wiping his forehead and wasn't looking. Finally, he got the info he needed. 2-0 to Yastrzemski. Fastball, strike one.
He understands hitters' swing types as good as anybody in baseball today. And he can throw darts against the swing, because every swing has a hole.
That one misses in and low.
You have a flat swing, and you're going to be susceptible to good curveballs with tilt. If you have an uppercut, you're going to be susceptible to balls that are up in the strike zone in on your hands. It's just a sampling, and there's many things that he learns just from watching a guy swing.
Foul ball out of play, 3-2.
But he's got the knowledge to be able to apply his pitches and his movement to counter their swings. Take a look at how he uses his pitches. The four-seamer and the sinker, about 55% of the time you're going to get a fastball, but the changeup, curveball, slider, all good pitches, all swing and miss pitches. And he wants to pitch to contact, and he can take the sting out of your at-bat.
That changeup, and I think that maybe was more like the slider from Greinke. The changeup has been arguably the best changeup in big league baseball this year. He has just not given up damage against the changeup, and it's part of the reason why Darren Ruff is in the lineup. He's got the reverse splits thing going. He uses that changeup against lefties, and he's had great success against lefties. Another 3-2. Yastrzemski drives one down the right field line. It is a foul ball. Out into San Francisco Bay, but foul.
Field and Cobra at the first base umpire, trailing it, running down the line. Got a challenge fastball above the belt and just hooks foul. Greinke lifetime against the Giants 14-3. 6-0 here at Oracle Park. They've never beat him in this ballpark.
It only seems like they've never scored a run against him. Another 3-2. Yastrzemski goes down swinging. So a couple feet from a home run. Instead, the first Greinke strikeout.
Let's take a look at the defense for the Houston Astros, starting in outfield from left to right. It'll be Brantley, McCormick, and Tucker, the best arm in right field. Correa and Diaz on the left side. Altuve and Gurriel on the right side. And Maldonado will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Darren Ruff with 2 down and nobody on. Takes that curveball, strike one. Last night Ruff had the RBI hit in the 9th inning as the Giants put some pressure on the closer Presley. He's behind now 0-2.
You know, I talked about the ability to add and subtract speeds. So it really makes it impossible to try and think with him, because even if you guess right with a pitch, you may be wrong on the speed.
Off the inside.
He literally could throw you 9 pitches in a row and you could see 9 different types of pitch. Maybe the same curveball, but one will be hard, one will be slow, and it's a different pitch.
Ruff takes 2-2. I think he's one of those guys who every once in a while will mess around with teammates and say, I'm going to throw a pitch at 71, 72, 73 and go all the way up to 92 and I'm going to hit every note on the bar during this game.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Ruff takes strike 3 call. Got the low strike there from Onora. So Greinke retires the side in order. We go to the second. A 0-0 ball game.
Giants baseball on NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Pacifico Beer. Born in Baja and loved in the Bay. Pacifico Beer. Please drink responsibly.
Well, Zach Greinke's going to get the low strike. Alex Wood is going to try to get that low strike. He starts off Carlos Correa with a fastball. It's 0-1. Inning number 2. A 0-0 game. Now it's 0-2 to the Astros shortstop. There's some Carlos Correa fans. They're outnumbered this weekend.
Yeah, there's a couple people here not booing.
Not many. Correa and Altuve have borne the brunt of it. That one sky high to left field. And carried pretty well out there today. Lamont Wade, though, with room.
Home run in Houston.
That is a fact the Crawford boxes would be calling.
Well, Giants Quick Pick, presented by Coors Light, is a new predictive game for fans to play free through the ballpark app. Predict what will happen before every home game, and you can win prizes like tickets and Alaska Airlines flight credit. Download the ballpark app and make your quick picks to get in the game.
I have a prediction.
What's that?
The team that wins this game will have the best record in Major League Baseball.
Well, I think that's a good prediction.
These are the top 2, and the Giants just a half game ahead of Houston for the best record overall. Not that you get a prize for that.
Well, only at the end of the year. Prize is you get to go to the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a good prize.
And then the season starts all over again.
Hit the reset button.
That was the giveaway jersey for the kids today.
That's a good looking giveaway.
It is.
Kyle Tucker, foul ball. 0-2. For both these teams, more so for the Giants, but with the playoff scenario back to what we had before last year, I mean, the priority to win the division is huge. And for the Astros, their main competition seems to be the A's. Got him swinging. Nice slider. Two down. Well, we were talking about how Carlos Correa's ball may well have been a home run in Houston. Look at how much extra room in left field there is here versus Minute Maid Park. Minute Maid Park's pretty big in center, actually bigger than here at Oracle. But left field, that's the big difference right there. And then there's another difference out in right center field as well.
You know, I just don't think you should be able to hit a ball halfway between the label and the sweet spot and still have enough to get it out of the ballpark. And you can do that in Houston in left field.
Yes, you can. I mean, Carlos Correa hit his ball 344 feet. And I do believe that would have dropped right in those Crawford boxes. That one to right center field and pretty well hit. Yastrzemski all the way back there. Who knows? Maybe in Houston that one had a chance. Not here. Astros scoreless again. Flores coming up.
All right, time now for the StatCast weather conditions. The numbers shown on the screen indicate feet added or lost to fly balls based on the current weather conditions. Right now it's just a trickling of wind, and it will pick up as the game wears on. No problem hitting the ball out to right field today. Not a lot of wind against it. And you can see the flow within the stadium as the arrows will come towards the hitter, and then they'll U-turn out and you'll get carry to center and left field.
I know it's a lot of arrows, but basically the ground wind is different from the wind up above. And all that StatCast stuff really does help us understand how this ballpark plays.
And I think it really does give you an idea as to what the outfielders are up against, and certainly pop-ups for infielders as well. But fly balls are just not routine here.
On the ground off the bat of Wilmer Flores. Frankie will cover. One away. All right, I think the Giants, part of the Giants home field advantage, and Brandon Crawford's a perfect example of it. All the tough pop-ups with the wind, with the way the sun can play here, and Crawford he just never misses them. And we see adventures in pop-up catching with visiting teams all the time.
He's struggling. I mean, it's entertainment.
It's one of my favorite parts of this ballpark.
Yeah, and I really am glad that a little piece of Candlestick came over, and I think that definitely reminds you of Candlestick.
Crawford on the ground on a first pitch curve. 2 down.
Time now for the drive of the game, brought to you by Ram. Last night, Brandon Crawford hit a double off Blake Taylor in the bottom of the 6th inning. He got stuck in the padding of the fence in front of the Astros bullpen. It was the 251st double of his career, tying him with Brandon Belt for 5th most doubles in San Francisco Giant history. And that one was entertaining.
It was the first time in the history of this ballpark with the new configuration, the fence brought in a little bit, and those new bullpens created after they took the bullpens off the field. First time we've ever seen that.
And I don't think it's going to be the last time.
I don't believe so. Donovan Solano with 2 down and nobody on. So far, as advertised, Zach Greinke, the only loud contact has been the foul ball.
And that's what he prides himself in, not to strike you out, but to take the sting out of your at bat.
That one hit hard to left field, and on its way, it is gone. Donovan Solano. Giants on the board, 1-0. Fourth home run of the year for Solano.
Yeah, I think that Solano went up there looking for exactly what he got. He's looking for a curveball, and that front foot is timed to the off-speed pitch, and there's a little height in that breaker. Absolutely unloads into it. Perfect timing. The only way you get that is if you're looking for that speed.
I think you're right, and I think it's happening just a little bit more frequently against Zach Greinke as Duggar takes strike one. That's the fourth home run he's given up this year against that slow curve.
I mean, that's up there a few rows. I mean, that was no cheap home run.
No, he hit that hard. Duggar takes the changeup. Well, it's nice to see that snaps a stretch here for the Giants. I mean, we've been so used to the Giants leaning on the home run ball. Top home run hitting team in the National League. It had been 4 games in a row without a home run. The 3 Dodgers games, and again last night. Duggar, a liner past the reach of Correa. Now Carlos Correa chasing after it. It was good hustle by Correa. He knew Duggar has speed. He didn't want to risk Duggar trying for second.
Just a nice job of inside outing a tough location. I mean, that was no hanger. They had Correa shading towards the second base bag, and Duggar just takes advantage of the defensive shift. But I think the way he approached that, I mean, he was thinking left field, which is what you have to do against Greinke. I mean, you have to take what he gives you.
Curt Casali, 8th place hitter in the Giants lineup today, takes a strike.
You know, in a way, it was a good thing that Duggar didn't go to second base, because it allows Casali a chance to hit. If Duggar takes second base, Casali gets nothing to hit.
That is a fact. Of course, if Brian Honora is going to call that last pitch a strike, he may not get anything to hit anyway. That was a wide strike. A liner and a fair ball just inside the line. Duggar's going to come flying to third, and he'll get the stop sign there. The carom was a gentle one, and that keeps the Giants from scoring another run. That's big.
And I think if they had gotten a better bounce, anything that would have made Brantley have to go and chase the ball a little bit, I think you would have seen Ron Wotus wave the runner in with the pitcher on deck. But the favorable bounce really prevented all that happening.
Yeah, you just can't. I'm with you. Ron Wotus wanted to be extra aggressive there, but you can't be out by 20 feet.
No. If you're out by 20 feet, you kill the threat, and you lead off next inning with a pitcher.
Yeah. And you never know. Alex Wood, he has been making a little more contact lately. He doesn't have a hit this year. Okay. Alex, I'm pumping you up here.
Well, I mean, he moves the bat head. He's had a pretty good swing. He's just breaking balls just give him trouble. And against Greinke, I mean, that's what you're pretty much going to see.
Especially in this kind of spot where a hit could really hurt. 0-2. A couple of sliders to Alex Wood. Giants just don't have a pitching staff. I mean, Greinke's a great hitting pitcher. We've seen some pretty good hitting pitchers here lately. Giants don't have a staff that's helping themselves right now with the bats.
No, I think they're the worst in baseball, swinging the bats.
In a spot like this, it comes into play. In the dirt. Greinke's got the full trust in his catcher, Martin Maldonado.
And you know what? If that upsets the Giants pitchers, I imagine it would. But, you know, prove me wrong.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong.
I always say that, you know, if you're not a great hitting pitcher, and certainly he didn't have a hit this year, if you get 5 pitches out of the opposing pitcher, you've had a good at bat. But there are situations like this that are a little different.
Yeah.
You need to put it in play.
Giants pitchers are hitting .063, last in the National League for pitching staff. That is strike 3 called. Got that low strike there. So the Giants had a chance for more, but they do get on the board. And the home run hitting Giants are back. Donovan Solano hit that Greinke curveball over the left field wall to make it 1-0 Giants.
Giants baseball on NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota. With 10 hybrids to choose from, there's one for everyone. Toyota, let's go places. By Kelly Moore Paints, the Painter's Paint Store. And by Ram, the first truck brand to win Motor Trend Truck of the Year 3 years straight. Visit ram.com today.
Oh, what a great Saturday to be out and about in San Francisco, or just to be here at Oracle Park. Zach Greinke, who is a very good hitting pitcher, to right field. Hit it pretty well, but Yastrzemski there to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out for Alex Wood in the 3rd. And Greinke hitting 8th in the lineup for the Astros.
I mean, usually when you see a pitcher hit 8th, you have a guy hit 9th that's got good speed.
Yeah.
He becomes almost like a second leadoff hitter. But I really couldn't understand Maldonado hitting 9th unless they think that Greinke's a better hitter. I mean, that's the only guy I could come up with.
It's kind of the only explanation. Maldonado's got the ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark. But it's so true. Maybe you figure, well, a pinch hit spot comes up. You're playing a National League game, and 1 extra at bat if you're building a rally. I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm searching.
I know. I was thinking about that before the game. Just going, nothing really jumps off the page. Other than Greinke's a .225 lifetime hitter, and this year Maldonado's hit .181.
0-2 from Wood to Maldonado. Got a piece of that fastball.
Buried that fastball in on the hands. Nice pitch.
Throwing the ball well.
I think that's the one thing that really impressed me about Wood when I got a chance to see him every 5th day is, you know, he's got good command of all of his pitches in and out. But when he comes inside of that fastball, man, he buries it in there.
Got him swinging. Went with the slider.
And the inside fastball set that that slider up.
Second strikeout for Wood, and now the warm greeting once again for Jose Altuve. I'm not the analyst, Mike. You're the analyst, but they asked me on the pregame show, Laura and Randy did, about facing this Houston lineup, and I said, well, I mean, I think they have so many good hitters. You got to just be in total attack mode against them. Know that your defense is going to have to make some plays behind you. Alex Wood's thrown 25 pitches, 21 strikes.
Well, I always love that advice. You know, if you're going to go out there and hill against a good hitting team, you have to trust your stuff.
Altuve gets the 2-out base hit. And sometimes they're going to do that. They just are.
And sometimes you're going to get your butt kicked doing it. But you know, you cannot nibble with this team. You have to be aggressive. Here, I mean, that's not a hanger. That's an off-speed pitch after he just established the first pitch strike. He throws it away. And Altuve, for a little guy, I mean, he's 5'6". But you see him go to the outside corner and hook that to left field. Remarkable extension for a guy his size.
So now Ledmys Diaz with 2 down. Strike 1 swinging on the Wood slider.
But you really have to trust your stuff. You just have to stay on top of them. If you nibble and you fall victim to giving them the leverage in count situations, you're not going to do well.
Foul ball off his foot. Ouch, you could hear him. That just flat out hurts.
Yeah, imagine going to the refrigerator late at night, opening the door, and then having the pickle jar drop on your toe. That's exactly what it feels like. And you are not anticipating that happening. It's just pain from nowhere. That just. And I seriously don't know how guys can continue their at bat.
Yeah.
Because it's still barking right now.
It'll go away eventually.
Yeah,
but
3 days from now.
Not right now. 0-2. Fastball. Diaz stays alive. Giants have the 1-0 lead. Donovan Solano with the home run. That one hit to left field and well. Way back. It is gone. Up over the left field wall. A 2-run homer, and just like that, the Astros are ahead 2-1.
And he does it in a 2-strike count with 2 outs after he hit a ball off his foot. That's an impressive at bat.
Second home run in as many days for Aledmys Diaz.
Well, they set it inside target, and this is one of the few times that he has not been able to deliver to the target. He leaves that out of way. And Diaz with a very compact swing barrels it. Give you an idea of the carry to left field.
So that hurts. 2 outs, nobody on. Altuve single, 2 strikes to Diaz, and he takes Alex Wood deep. Ball 1 to Michael Brantley. Brantley singled in his first at bat. Strike 1.
Still attacking the zone. That's what you have to do. Forget about it. Move on.
Aledmys Diaz doing a pretty good Alex Bregman impersonation in this series. Giants are missing a lot of their top offensive players. The Astros missing 1. So they have a pretty good option behind him in Diaz. 2-1 to Brantley. On the ground, not hit hard. Solano's got a charge, and he can't field it cleanly. Well, I think if he does, he throws him out. It's not a totally routine play because he's playing so deep.
That's the problem. You get a guy, especially hitting from the left side, you know, he's going to get down that line a little bit quicker. And Solano knew it had to be a do or die. Never really got in the pocket to make the exchange. It's going to be an error on Solano.
And it gives Yuli Gurriel a chance against Wood. Fastball inside. Astros took advantage of the little mistakes the Giants made last night. And we have seen a few more. The Giants have been a team that has played such clean baseball all year. This homestand has been a few more of those. Pirates series, there were a couple innings that kind of got away from the Giants. Popped up. Ruff is going to give it a look, but that one's beyond his reach over that net. Past the reach of Solano. That's a hit for Yuli Gurriel. The inning continues.
Well, your Giants have added a post-game fireworks show on Friday, August 13th. The Rockies are coming to Oracle Park for a 4-game series, August 12th through the 15th. And fans of all ages will be dazzled following the Friday, August 13th game as fireworks will light up the sky. Get tickets to see fireworks night and all Giants home games at sfgiants.com.
That's a pretty good arm wrap for Curt Casale. A little pep talk there. That is a Nextiva meeting on the mound when you need business communications for the office, the home office, and everywhere in between. Choose Nextiva. No matter how long it lasts, that's a visit.
Well, a good time to go out if you're Casale. I mean, give your pitcher a little bit of a breather. I mean, he had a quick 0-2 or quick 2 outs in this inning, and all of a sudden.
That's 4 hitters in a row have reached base safely. Flores throws a little high, and it goes by the reach of Ruff, and it bounces out of play. The Astros are going to get another run. It's 3-1. Wow. So the Giants defense has made 2 mistakes in this 3rd inning, and it goes on.
Oh, and that's the one thing you just can't do with this Astros club. I mean, they're just so good at taking advantage if you give them an extra out. I wonder how much of a distraction it was with the runner cutting in front of Flores there at the end of that play that caused him to throw high.
Correa allowed to go to second. And now Alex Wood really has to dig deep. Because Kyle Tucker is very dangerous. That one on the ground. Now Ruff got a late break for first. He'll get there though. And Wood does a nice job. But the Astros score 3 and take a 3-1 lead middle of the 3rd.
Giants baseball on NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by WebEx. The future of work is hybrid. WebEx by Cisco.
Well, the Giants have some work to do after a sloppy inning. Giants committed 2 errors. Watch the Astros hit a 2-run homer, so now they trail 3-1. Second time through the lineup against Zach Greinke, and Lamont Wade Jr. takes a strike. Long way to go in this game.
Now stay the plan. Be patient. It's a little easier to do when you're up 2 runs as opposed to being down 2 runs. Being down 2 runs, all of a sudden that patience can thin out a bit. But against a guy like Greinke, I mean, you really have to be patient. Have a plan.
Wade on an 0-2, kind of a squib shot up the middle. Out number 1.
Well, we hope you're tuning in with an ice cold Coors Light. If you are, you can bring your state bear to life. You can do it in augmented reality by scanning this code or visiting CoorsLight.com/California. See the bear and get chances to win chill prizes. Coors Light, keeping California chill. 21 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly. 2021. Beg your pardon.
Okay, there's your one mistake today.
Dang, got me.
Mike Yastrzemski, who hit a beautiful foul ball home run his first time up, and then it probably didn't make him feel all that good when he struck out. But he had a good swing last night. Some positive at bats. It's been a quiet week for Yaz.
2-hit night, but one of his hits an opposite field double with backspin in the opposite gap. That's what hitting coaches are looking for. Your backspin in the opposite gap, you're dialed. That front shoulder's solid.
Briano. Darren Ruff waiting to hit next. Giants hit the home run last inning, then got a single and a double against Greinke, but the pitcher spot came up with 2 down, so Greinke worked through it. That's ball 4.
All right, time for the Allstate Good Hands play. Last night, Mike Yastrzemski sliding catch at the top of the 4th inning off the bat of Aledmys Diaz. 360s. Gets it right back in the infield. Nice play. That was a Allstate Good Hands play.
Giants made a couple of really nice plays in the outfield last night. Yastrzemski had that catch. Austin Slater had a really nice catch. So here's Darren Ruff. Goes after that first pitch fastball. Called out on strikes his first time up. That was our first indication that the low strike is available today. We've seen a few more since then. In the dirt, Yastrzemski got a great read, broke immediately. Maldonado, though, throws him out. Yastrzemski doesn't know about it. Maldonado grabbed it out of the air, spun around and made a perfect throw to second.
Yastrzemski, I mean, he's anticipating that ball in the dirt on his secondary lead. Ball comes up, he's gone, but this is where he catch a bad break, and with Maldonado's arm, it's one of the best in the American League. An absolute strike. And Altuve puts the tag on the left arm, and they do indeed get him. Wow.
I don't think Yastrzemski had any clue that there was even a possibility that he was going to be out.
Definitely makes you shake your head. It's a Gold Glove play right there.
Because he did not hesitate even one bit. Ruff got a piece of it.
Watch the left arm as he reaches. Close, but no cigar.
Just a perfect throw.
That's the big leagues.
Ruff on the ground to shortstop. Correa bobbled it. He didn't make many errors, Carlos Correa.
Well, and Aledmys Diaz, the third baseman, you're told you get everything you can get to your left, but every once in a while you can be a distraction for your shortstop. And whether or not he took his eyes off it or what, I mean, looking at it, he caught it in the pocket. He just didn't make a good exchange. E6.
So the Giants, who watched the Astros take advantage of a mistake in the top half of this inning. Let's see if the Giants can return the favor right down the middle. And you know, Wilmer, who made one of those two Giants errors, you know he would love to make up for it at the plate. Twelve home runs for Wilmer Flores. 1-1 strike to count. It's a good take by Wilmer. He wanted to swing.
Oh, you're right. I mean, he's thinking tie score here. Best arm in the outfield for these Astros is in right field today.
Big swing and a miss on the slider.
Well, when you watch from behind, you get a chance to see just how late the break is on that slider of Zach Greinke, and it's always been a great pitch. I mean, I always thought that was his best specialty pitch, but I mean, now his changeup matches the slider. It's hard to pick. but that's been his go-to for many, many years.
2-2. Wilmer takes fastball. 3-2.
I think too about Greinke. I mean, he's going to make a corner pitch. I mean, he doesn't give up many walks, but he really doesn't care if he does. Rare that he just lays one in the middle of the strike zone, if ever.
3-2. Ruff takes off. Flores fouls it away. I think that would count right on the edge of the strike zone.
Absolutely. I mean, his ability to do that has explained a lot of his success.
I think someday he'll be in the Hall of Fame. I do.
Question. No question. Look at his lifetime stats. I mean, they're, you know, he's a modern day pitcher. But, you know, as we mentioned, this is his 17th year. And he's been good every year for a long time.
Ruff goes again. Wilmer, high drive down the left field line toward the corner. It is gone. A fair ball. And Wilmer Flores makes up for that error. Ties the game with one swing. '13th of the year for Flores. Just a towering fly ball.
That's exactly what he went up there to try and do. And he does it in a 2-out, 2-strike situation. I mean, just down and in, but in the strike zone. And it's just a matter, is it going to stay fair or is it going to hook foul? And it stays fair.
Right over the car. So now Brandon Crawford takes low. That one called a ball. Well, the Giants do exactly what the Astros did. Giants made a mistake. Astros took advantage. Now Correa's error here kept the inning going.
Well, a big part of both of these clubs' success this year has been that very thing. Giants last night gave an opportunity and cost them a ball game, and here they gave opportunity and boom, they found themselves down. And for the first time, the Astros give them another out and they jump on it. That's what good teams do.
2-0 to Crawford. 3-0.
Well, if you're looking for Earthquake Soccer, coverage of the Earthquake Sounders match is airing right now on NBC Sports Bay Area Plus, which can be found on the channels listed on your screen. If you can't find NBC Sports Bay Area Plus, log on to NBCSportsBayArea.com or call your TV provider.
3-0. Crawford, that time that pitch called a strike, very similar to the pitch that started the at bat.
That was a didn't have to be strike.
And a good take. Crawford, we've seen Crawford swing away 3-0 a lot this year, but if you're going to swing away 3-0, that's not the pitch I'm sure that he was looking for.
No, he wants something at the belt. You don't want to swing at something that you're going to foul off your shin bone.
Still a good hitter's count. Wow, that one called strike 2. Crawford was taking the shin guard off.
Like a changeup and a 3-1 count, an absolute perfect pitcher location.
From 3-0 to 3-2. Almost the same exact pitch.
Making some quality pitches. Down to count 3-0. Not many times you feel like, you know, the pitcher has an advantage on you in a 3-0 count.
It's been the longest inning thus far. You know who is antsy to get back out there.
Alex Wood is ready.
Another ball spoiled foul.
That's a good fight him off right there.
Couple of home runs for the Giants. Astros have already hit one today. All right, Greinke gets the one he wants from Maldonado. 3-2. Pulled foul this time. Crawford's hanging in there.
Good at bat.
Jack Greinke, who's had so much success in this ballpark against this Giants team over many, many years. Another 3-2. Crawford stays alive. Man, that was a heck of a fight off. That changeup was floating way off the outside.
I have no idea how he caught a piece of that. I mean, he extends off the plate about 6 inches.
So this will be the 10th pitch of the at bat, following the Wilmer Flores home run that tied the game.
It is agonizing for a pitching coach. Brent Strom for the Astros. Watching this pitch count run up.
In the dirt, he walked him. What a great plate appearance by Brandon Crawford.
Oh, it really was. And I mean, it's debilitating too. You give him a home run that ties a ball game. Now you have a long battle and lose it. And Brent Strom, as I mentioned, agonizing in that bench, going to come out and talk about it and just give his pitcher a little bit of a breather. Greinke, 37 years old. He'll appreciate it. That's the first thing Brent Strom's going to say when he goes out there. I'm just going to give you a break.
Well, Donovan Solano's coming up. Last time Solano came to the plate, last inning, here's what happened.
Well, he got a curveball that he was sitting on. Now, knowing Greinke, you know, he may start this at bat off with that same curveball. He is not going to let a guy take a pitch away from him. It's all about reclaiming territory in your relationship.
Now I can't wait for this first pitch.
Sit on it again.
That would be next level Greinke psychology. All right, not the curveball, but it was a slider. It's a pretty good breaking ball.
Breaking ball. I mean, not even a real loud slider at 82.
Crawford at first, 2 down. Solano hits that one to right center field. Tucker on the move. It's going to slice back to him, and he makes the catch. So the Giants get the 2-run homer from Wilmer Flores after the error kept the inning going. The Giants took advantage big time to tie the game 3-3. John Miller will join Mike on the TV side for the 4th right after this.
Three ties. We go to the top of the 4th. I want to welcome you back to our Lazy Boy broadcast booth. And now joining us, my friend and our Hall of Famer, John Miller.
Mike, a pleasure.
So the Giants seem to have found their home run stroke back.
It had been a while. They had not homered since last Sunday when the Pirates were here. Thairo Estrada has gone in to play third base as Donovan Solano is out of the game. He hit a home run, but you wonder what's going on with Wilmer Flores. I beg your pardon. Wilmer Flores is out of the game. What a play by Crawford! Wow! Out at first is Chas McCormick.
That is so big in so many ways. And Chad McCormick runs well, and Crawford getting fully extended to his left. Now how's he going to get rid of it? 360s, unloads the gun, and it's a strike and a nice stretch from Ruff to gather it in, and he just gets McCormick by 6 inches, maybe less.
Now Zach Greinke will come up. Man, what a play that was.
You talk about making a play to fire up your pitcher.
0-1 to Zach Greinke, who hit a fly ball to right on the first pitch he saw in the 3rd inning. 3-3. A lot of action early on in this one. And a foul ball grabbed by the third base coach, Omar Lopez. Maldonado, the catcher, on deck. Greinke in the 8th spot in the order. First time he's batted in a couple of years. Playing in the DH league now. Of course, we had universal DH last year. And that is all for Zach Greinke. 2 down.
Welcome back to our Lazy Boy broadcast booth. And John, it's nice to see the home runs back. I like this.
I missed him. I was kind of getting used to having a home run just about every day. Giants with the most home runs of any team in the league, but they hit some against the Pirates last weekend and none against the Dodgers and none last night either. So, and it's nice because a big portion of their runs for the year has been a result of the long ball. That's been a huge part of their attack. Here's Maldonado, and that is strike 1.
Yeah, I missed the adios pelota. Come on.
We had Yaz hit a foul ball home run in the 1st inning. So maybe that was an indication of some of the fireworks to come. Greinke has allowed a lot of home runs this year. That's 20 home runs allowed by Greinke in what 128 something innings. 3-3 score and a pop up. Crawford battling the sun. He'll give way to Solano, who doesn't quite have to look directly into the sun. 3 up, 3 down, a shutdown inning. Duggar coming up. Now the Cadillac Ultimate Play. Let's go back to 2016, Game 7 of the World Series in Cleveland. And that is Chris Bryant fielding the ground ball over to Anthony Rizzo. And for the first time in 108 years, the Chicago Cubs had won the World Series. What a great moment that was. What an incredible game that was. One of the most topsy-turvy, wild Game 7s in many a decade in World Series history.
And the fan base in Chicago and the fan base in Cleveland were so starved for a championship. They were so into that series, and it went down to the wire. It was one of the most exciting things I'd ever seen, and you really just felt great for the city that won it. You felt bad for the city that didn't win. It was just one of those moments in sport where it was a shame that somebody had to be the losing team.
And for a while it didn't look like it was going to happen, because one team would take the lead, the other team would come roaring right back, and finally, and then they had a rain delay. And what it was, after 9 innings they were going to go to extra inning, and then they had a rain delay before they could even get into the extra inning. Steven Duggar takes a called strike from Zach Greinke. Duggar hit a single to left his first time. 3-3 tie here in the 4th inning. This is Aledmys Diaz, who was playing him shallow.
Well, if you're looking for Earthquake Soccer, coverage of the Earthquake Sounders match is airing right now on NBC Sports Bay Area Plus, which can be found on the channels listed on your screen. If you can't find NBC Sports Bay Area Plus, log on to NBCSportsBayArea.com or call your TV provider.
Sounders, that team is extremely popular up in Seattle. They play their home games at the big football stadium where the Seahawks play, and they get big crowds there for their games. 0-1, and the Earthquakes have their own really cool stadium down in what's it called? Avaya Stadium, a soccer stadium, a beauty. In the dirt to Kurt Casale. He ripped a double down the left field line his first time. The Giants with 3 runs on the board against Zach Greinke It's the first time they've scored that many against him in this ballpark in 9 years. First time he ever started here was in May of 2012. He was with the Milwaukee Brewers. He came over to the National League, and the Giants got 4 runs against him that day, 2012. This is his 9th ever start at Oracle Park. Another hit for Casale. He's 2 for 2. And now Alex Wood will come up. Buster Posey, day game after a night game, getting a breather. Last night's game was a 9-inning game, and it lasted almost 4 hours. Giants pitchers threw almost 190 pitches in that game. Bunted, and that's a foul ball. And they were charging hard from both third and first. Casale, with as hard as Gurriel is pounding in from first base, it gives Casale a chance to get a very good jump away from first.
These are a bunch you have to execute when you're playing good teams. It's so important.
Wood has had 3 successful executions on the sacrifice bunt. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike now. Lamont Wade Jr. on deck.
I mean, your manager gives you a sign to bunt. He's telling you we're going to give up an out to try and move our guy up 90 feet. And boy, it's a big play. I mean, you only get 27. And you're giving up an out. You have to get this ball down.
Wow. Is that a low strike or what?
Seen a lot of low strikes today from Brian O'Nora. Right at the base of the strike zone, perhaps a bit low. Yeah, maybe more than a bit low.
One and 2. And a foul. And he pounds the barrel of the bat on the ground.
He should. Wasted out.
Fourth strikeout for Zach Greinke. So 2 down, runner still at first, and here is Lamont Wade Jr., who has grounded out twice in this game. Astros into the overshift against him. And again on the ground, but this one foul. How about the Toronto Blue Jays? They're playing at home. They had their first home game in 2 years last night.
How much fun was that?
With the pandemic and the regulations in Canada, the teams could not cross the border into Canada and then just go ahead and play the game. They had to quarantine for a couple of weeks first. They played all their home games in last year's 60-game schedule in Buffalo at the minor league ballpark there. They started this year playing at their spring training park, major league games, and then they moved back to Buffalo about a month ago. That's a long road trip if you're a player on those teams.
Yeah, that's too long. But at 13,000, I expected a bigger crowd last night.
And I think, and I haven't read all the details, but part of that could be they have similar protocols there in Toronto that we had here when the season opened here, with distancing, not all the seats available. 2-1 the count to Wade. And 3-1 with Yastrzemski on deck.
It's a big part of this ball game right now. You've got count leverage in a 2-out situation. You've got the heart of the order coming up, and this is a big pitch.
Big gap in left center with the center fielder McCormick over toward right center. He drilled it, but foul. Full count. Toronto has a 4-0 lead in their game today, last of the 8th inning. They won their first game in Toronto last night at what used to be called the Sky Dome. Now it's or the last time we were there, called Rogers Center, a name for Tyler Rogers.
I mean, a destination place for the Rogers family. Come on. Be a great Christmas card to get the whole clan.
Our guys down in the truck, by the way, looked it up. 15,000 is the max attendance allowed right now at Tyler Rogers Center. There goes Casale. That ball is hit a mile to right, headed for San Francisco Bay. It is whack. 5-3 Giants. Lamont Wade Jr.
Well, we talked about how big this situation was, and there in a 3-2 count, he puts just a lazy fastball middle in, and Lamont Wade stays inside it and knocks it in the pond. 108 miles per hour. And there's Lamont Wade's mother, Emily. Oh, that's great.
Well, Lamont Wade Sr. and his mom Emily Wade, they've been here all week, and starting with the Dodgers series, they hadn't seen any Giant hit a home run, much less Lamont Wade Jr.
Oh, she could not be happier.
Yaz on the ground, but foul. That's 13 home runs for Wade in 159 at bats.
Yeah, I'm happy for the Wade family. I mean, they first showed up in his first couple of days. He was 0 for 5 with 5 strikeouts and hit 2 balls off his shin bone. It didn't start off well.
Strike 2 called to Yaz.
But that moment right there was worth the wait. And to do it against an icon like Zach Greinke, yeah, she'll be smiling tonight at dinner.
Gurriel, and Yastrzemski is now 0 for 2 with a walk. But the Giants get 2 runs. There's Emily Wade as he hit one right over her head out into the bay. Pretty joyful. Giants ahead 5-3 now. First ball swinging. Altuve skies one over near the dugout and not within the reach of Thairo Estrada, now the third baseman for the Giants. Strike 1 to Altuve, who ripped a single to left with 2 down and the base is empty in the third, starting a 3-run Astros rally. Down and in, 1 ball, 1 strike now. .417 feet, by the way, was the estimate from StatCast on the home run by Wade. That ball driven out to the big part of the yard, but plenty of room out there for Yaz. 1 away.
Well, what's on tap brought to you by Pacifico. This series continues tomorrow afternoon at 1 with a pregame live at 12:30. Then the Giants hit the road to the Valley of the Sun to take on the D-backs Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 6:30 with a pregame live at 6. And the series wraps up next Thursday afternoon at 12:30 with a pregame live at noon. So join us if you would right here on NBC Sports Bay Area.
1-1 to Diaz, who hit a 2-run homer in the third inning. He had only 3 home runs this year until he got to town. Another shot deep left center field and way out of here. Now they can't keep him in the yard. He's hit as many home runs in his last 4 at-bats as he had hit the whole season in 129 at-bats. I remember when he first came up with the Cardinals a few years ago. He hit a lot of home runs.
Yeah, he gets a pretty good pitch to drive. Doesn't have a lot of movement. I mean, that's a really compact approach. Short step, small hand load. And right now he's thinking long ball.
He's doubled his home run total for the year in his last 4 at-bats. .106 miles an hour off his bat. 410 feet was the estimate. And it's 2-0 now to Michael Brantley. Five to 4 Giants. Had 5 home runs hit so far in this game. 3 by the Giants.
2-0 slider just a bit outside. Brantley very disciplined to that strike zone.
3-1 now. Gurriel, a right-handed hitter, is on deck. By the way, the home run by Lamont Wade into the water, the first home run into the water for Wade. His mom and dad got to see it. One of the signatures of this ballpark. So Brantley gets a walk.
Walks after home runs tick off a pitcher almost as much as the home run. Well, welcome. Where you been?
There you go. Now grab the sign, buddy.
Yeah. Good job.
Owen. First game.
Yeah, Jets got to get Owen a win.
Mom and dad there. Off his foot. Strike 1. Gurriel hit a line shot, but right at Wilmer Flores, who was at third base. He started the game at third. Not in the game any longer. Off the inside. Thairo Estrada came on in the 4th inning. Giants have had home runs from Donovan Solano, Wilmer Flores, and Lamont Wade Jr. Both Flores and Wade hit their home runs with a runner on. So all the Giants runs are a result of a home run. Back to the screen. Giants have hit 154 home runs this year now, most in the National League, and 52 of them have been 2-run homers. They've had 20 3-run homers and 5 grand slams. So 77 of their home runs are basically half of the home runs have had men on base. Off the outside, 2-2.
Little paralysis fastball out there. Fish were not biting. Alex Wood pounding the knees right now. I mean, he'd love to get a ground ball that gets 2 outs. And his slider is one of his best ground ball pitches.
And it went under the glove of Thairo Estrada. It goes all the way out to the wall. Brantley's going to be waved home by Lopez. The relay sails over the head of Crawford. And he scores to tie the game. Ball was hit extremely hard, but I thought maybe they'd had a shot for a double play.
Now, if he pockets it, I mean, it's an easy turn because of how hard it was hit. It's going to bring out Andrew Bailey here. Calm down Alex Wood. He's run a little hot right now. And that walk after the home run has come back to haunt him.
And that ball was hit 105 miles an hour by Gurriel.
just not able to get the glove down low enough. And with where they had played Lamont Wade Jr., he was pulled way over into left center. So Gary L, rather, he's still hitting the ball away from the Giants defense, and he's got a knack for doing that.
The Giants get some action going in their bullpen now as another dangerous hitter, Correa, comes up. Giants have had a hard time in this series turning the run machine off once the Astros get it rolling. Jay Jackson starting to warm up now. Carlos Correa has flied out deep to left and been safe on a throwing error by Wilmer Flores. Crawford holding the runner at second, and Correa is retired out number 2.
Back in the second inning, this is a ball that was hit by Carlos Correa. Had it been hit in Houston, it would have been a home run. That ball was hit 344 feet.
So into the Crawford boxes.
And, those are things that you think about if you're a Houston Astro. It's like, why didn't I save that for when I get home?
From here, they, by the way, go to Dodger Stadium. Broken bat for Kyle Tucker, who has struck out and grounded out. He's got to get a new piece of wood. He picks up a shard of that bat. On 1 the count to Tucker. 2 runs in. It's 5-5. Wilmer Flores, we were wondering what had happened to Wilmer. Lower back tightness is the word for the Giants clubhouse. Solano, and the inning is over. But the Astros have tied the game. Ruff, Estrada, Crawford coming up. Here's our Indeed player resume. Dusty Baker, 1,956 career wins, 12th most in Major League managerial history. Managed the Giants, winning 140 games from '93 through 2002, and was the only manager in Major League history to take 5 different teams to the postseason. 3-time National League Manager of the Year with the Giants, Johnny B. Dusty Baker. And for me, he should be taking his place in Cooperstown at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. Darren Ruff takes a strike from Greinke with the first pitch curveball. And that fastball is a ground ball over to Ron Wotus, the third base coach. 0-2 the count now. Thairo Estrada is on deck. Giants 5, Astros 5. Giants had a 1-0 lead. The Astros had a 3-1 lead. The Giants tied it. And the Giants had a 5-3 lead. Now the Astros have tied it. One and 2. Slider in the dirt. Giants with home runs from Solano, Flores, and Wade. Houston with 2 home runs from Aledmys Diaz. One and 2 the count. Down to the way, 2-2. By the way, the Giants on this road trip, they'll leave for Arizona after tomorrow's game. They've got 4 in Arizona and 3 in Milwaukee. Arizona put 5 players on the COVID injured list yesterday. That's too low. Now we just saw that on the MLB network that Milwaukee's had 2 positive tests in their clubhouse.
Wow.
One including a former Giant, Hunter Strickland. That ball is hit high and deep to left field. Headed for Berkeley. Goodbye. And the Giants jump back ahead. 6-5. Darren Ruff. That one just exploded off his bat.
What a tremendous example of strong hands. That's an 0-2 at bat. Works it full. And then he goes out and he takes a breaking ball. It is on the outer half of the plate at the knees, and he hooks it over the wall in left field. I mean, that's just a very powerful top hand throw. And that ball jumped out of here.
Well up into the bleachers. Steven Duggar reacting to it. Thairo Estrada. Curveball in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Darren Ruff, 386 feet. Giants are right back ahead, 6-5. They've hit 4 home runs in 5 innings. So the long ball had been an issue for Greinke this year, and he had allowed 18 homers, or about 1 for every 6 1/3, 6 2/3 innings, but he'd given up 4 today in 4+ innings. Now 2-1 to Estrada. Thairo has shown some long ball thunder this year. He's hit 3 home runs, 65 official at bats. And that's, he didn't get the call at the knees that time.
Yeah, he's walking off the mound looking at Fielding Cole or Brian Arnora, the plate umpire, as if to say, you know, you've been calling that a strike all day long. I needed it. And he'd be right. That has been called a strike a lot.
And some lower than that. Left center field. Base hit. 1 hop to Brantley.
Well, inside Oracle Park, combine your fandom of the Giants with admiration for the Bay Area by becoming a member of the 415. This brand new membership includes a set of 10 vouchers redeemable for tickets in the 415 supporters section, with access to the bullpen terrace, exclusive branded gifts, members only live events and game day food and local beer specials. Become a founding member at sfgiants.com/the415.
Dusty Baker, he's got Phil Maton, just acquired yesterday, heating up in the bullpen. Another new member of the Astros bullpen. And the day is over for Zach Greinke. Most runs the Giants have ever scored against Greinke in this ballpark. So here comes Maton. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change at Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair expert. 6-5 Giants, runner at first. We'll be back.
Well, Giants fans, Xfinity Mobile delivers fast nationwide 5G on the most reliable network. Save on your wireless bill with Xfinity Mobile.
You think they're talking strategy?
Oh, yeah.
Or what kind of a pitch that Ruff hit for the home run? Or
it's got to be all about the pitch selection. No, I mean, Mom is a savant. She knows pitching.
He holds it like this.
New pitcher now for the Astros will be Phil Maton. He had been with Cleveland until the trade deadline. This is what he did in Cleveland. 2-0 for the 4.570 ERA. But look at the strikeouts: 61 and 41 and a third. Righties and lefties hit them to about the same clip. So Zach Greinke back to the bench to look at the pitches that he gave up the home runs on. Not wasting any time doing a little analysis on what went wrong today.
Brandon Crawford against Maton. Maton, who originally came up with the San Diego Padres. Since we last saw him, we saw another guy named Maton, his kid brother Nick Maton, who made his major league debut against the Giants at shortstop with the Philadelphia Phillies when the Giants were in Philly a few months ago. Crawford 0 for 1 with a walk. And he got a curveball there. Bounced it foul back behind the plate. 76 miles an hour.
You see a family that's got 2 sons in the big leagues. It tells me there's some spirited wiffle ball games going on in the backyard of their house. Greatest game ever invented. Wiffle ball.
Wiffle ball. Great game. Ooh. And a foul back out of play. I remember, you remember Ben McDonald? He was the #1 draft choice in the country. He was kind of Steven Strasburg at that time.
Big Ben.
Got signed by Baltimore. After his first big league season, a writer wanted to do a story with Ben, and called his home. He was still living at the family farm in Louisiana. His mom answered. He said, "Yeah, I was a writer for the Baltimore Sun guy. I'd like to speak to Ben." He said, "Oh, he's outside playing wiffle ball right now with his friends."
Sorry, I'm not to interfere with that.
He's a little preoccupied at the moment. I thought, wait a minute. I thought that's when you were a kid dreaming about the big leagues. He had made the big leagues in the offseason. What do you do in your spare time? Well, when he wasn't wrestling alligators, he liked to play wiffle ball. 1-2 to Brandon Crawford. Donovan Solano on deck. They've got the overshift on. Nobody at third base. Yeah, he fights that one off.
That's a good pitch. If you're hitting off the left side against Maytown, you're going to see a lot of movement that comes back into you. I mean, he loves that cutter. He'll use that inside corner a lot with that pitch. But his curveball slider combination, I mean, he can wrap it around that outside corner like he tried to do.
Last of the 5th inning, 6-5 Giants. And again, the curveball, and Crawford keeps fouling him off. 1-2 the count. Blue Jays beat Kansas City 4-0 in their second game back at Rogers Center in Toronto. So they've won 2 in a row since they got home for the first time in a couple of years. And back to the bag is Thairo Estrada. Dodgers play tonight in Arizona, although really sort of this afternoon at 5:10 that game starts. It looks like it's going to be a bullpen game for the Dodgers. Mitch White is going to start the game against Merrill Kelly. And the Padres play at home against Colorado. All-star Germán Marquez against Yu Darvish. Struck him out. 92-mile-an-hour high heat there after all those curve. Well, he threw him for 5 straight curveballs, didn't he?
And then he elevates above the strike zone. And you'll see Crawford go after balls above the strike zone very often. And this time he just got completely surprised by him. And he was late on that fastball too.
One out. Here is Donovan Solano. He homered to left in the second inning. A fly ball to right center his next time. Low throw to first, dug out by Gurriel. Dodgers lost in extra innings last night. They couldn't get their runner home from second base in the 10th inning in Arizona. And then the D-backs came up and they did. Game over. Dodgers are 1 win, 11 losses in extra inning games this year.
That's unbelievable.
0-1.
It really has been the difference in their season as you see the standings in the National League West.
And they changed it up last night. It was Kenley Jansen in the 8th inning. And Blake Trinan pitched the 9th inning. On 1 to Solano. Did he swing? No, says Fielden Culbreth. Don't tell Dave Roberts, though, that he said that was a check swing.
Let's take a look. Did he go? Oh, yes, he did. Fielden Culbreth, 0 for 1.
1-1 the count to Solano. And the big hook. 1-2. Steven Duggar on deck. The Astros, of course, this week added Kendall Graveman from Seattle, Rafael Montero from Seattle. Graveman had been the closer for the Mariners most recently. Montero opened the year as their closer. And then they also got on Wednesday Yimi Garcia, the Miami closer. Base hit to center field. Another curveball, and this one he jumped on. Estrada stops at second. Now a word via WebEx by Cisco.
We need that part.
It's nearly done.
Can you repeat that? That's better.
It's done.
With WebEx, the McLaren Formula One team is collaborating like never before. Introducing the WebEx Suite, driving hybrid work.
Giants 6, Astros 5. We're only in the 5th inning. It's been one of those kind of games where I don't think 6 is going to be enough. And here's Steven Duggar with a chance to get an RBI. He hit a single to left in the 2nd inning, grounded out to 3rd in the 4th. And the curveball, 0-1.
Kind of pitching lefties backward. A lot of off-speed stuff, cutters. If he gets to a 2-strike count, then he goes up above the strike zone with a fastball.
Two men on, 1 man out, and now time taken.
Giants a hit away from a big inning. The Astros do not have great arms in their outfield. The best one is in right field, and it's an average arm at best.
That's Kyle Tucker in right field. Well, tried to check his swing at the last, but it was too late.
I think he's happy he didn't hit that thing, because if he does, he's hitting it off his foot.
Kurt Casale on deck. 2 strikes the count to Duggar. This is only the Giants have 6 runs, but it's only the 2nd time they've had a hitter at the plate with a runner in scoring position in the game. Which is kind of amazing to have that many runs. Way down and in, and he's saying that it hit him. And I think Kai Correa is probably checking with the video room right now.
It is a reviewable play.
And the Giants say we want it reviewed. He got hit in the foot. Yeah,
oh, absolutely, in the top of his left foot. I mean, that's a game changer. You're talking about an 0-2 count.
Well, it's funny how angles can be deceiving, because that didn't look like it hit the top of his foot, but it might have.
Based on what we saw, I say it's 50-50.
Maybe it hit the shin, or maybe it hit part of his pant leg there. So the call on the field is that it did not hit him.
You did see the pants move a little bit, but I don't know if it was the ball that caught. Yeah, it did. The ball definitely caught the pants. Duggar, he's pretty confident he's going to get the base. He's walking down the first. It absolutely hit the pant leg, and that's confirmed in both views. So really, I don't know what's taking so long here.
Well, if they looked at him in the same order we looked at him, I could see where they're. Oh yeah, right. Oh no, not in this. Well. So in New York, at the command center in Manhattan, where an umpire crew is generally stationed, here's the call from New York. Go to first. And the bases are loaded now.
Boy, that's a huge break, having done that in an 0-2 count. And the way the at bat was going, it didn't look like Duggar was seeing Maton that well. So now they get a runner at third base. Not to mention the bases are loaded, but a runner at third base with less than 2 outs. And Casale, who's having a great day, going to try and cash in on it. Remember, a medium fly ball is going to be able to score. You've got good speed at third base with Thairo Estrada and not great arms in the outfield for the Astros.
A run is in on the home run by Darren Ruff earlier in the inning. Estrada at third, Solano at second, Duggar at first. Called a strike to Casale, who's had a double down the left field line and then a single to left. His last time, he's 2 for 2. Casale and Maton have never faced each other before in a big league game. Crowded him with that one and a foul.
I wanted to be a good mistake. They set that target away. No way you're going to cross target and set up from one side of the plate and one on the other side of the plate in the bases loaded situation first pitch. That just was a good mistake.
2 strikes to count now. And Alex Dickerson has come out on deck for the Giants. Jay Jackson warming up in the Giants bullpen. The Astros have action going in their bullpen as well. Struck him out looking right on the outside corner. All fastballs.
Yeah, you have to expand in this situation, and you have an 0-2 count. And he goes back and just scrapes the strike zone. That's one you have to cover, or try and fight it off to live to see another pitch.
So now Dickerson, the pinch hitter for Alex Wood, and Brent Strom, the veteran Astros pitching coach, out to talk to Phil Maton about it. They have a left-hander up in their bullpen. So Dickerson, who has great power, but he has been struggling at the plate.
Probably at some point in time was a teammate with Phil Maton in the San Diego organization. I mean, this is Maton's first outing as an Astro, and he doesn't show any signs of too much adrenaline.
3 men on, 2 men out. Great opportunity for the Giants. Some RBIs out there to be had. The curveball is off the outside. Giants pinch hitters number 1 in Major League Baseball with 9 home runs. 3rd most RBIs out of the group of pinch hitters. Lamont Wade Jr. on deck. Another curve, another ball. 2-0.
Try 2 wraparound breakaballs. Now it's Dickerson who's got count leverage here. And here's where you really rely on your scouting, because they can give you a predictability to, or a probability to, what you're going to see in this 2-0 count.
And the fastball right on the inside, fouled out of play.
And really a probability that you're going to trust is if a guy has a 75% probability of throwing a fastball to the inside part of the play. I mean, you're going to get a speed and a location to look for.
Dickerson, who has hit 10 home runs for the year. 3 men on, 2 down. And now 3-1. Fastball up and away. Brooks Raley is the lefty warming up in the Astros bullpen. Crowd comes alive here at Oracle Park. Big pitch. And a fastball, but fouled.
Flat out challenge at 92 out over the plate. So maddening for Giants when you get power up there. A guy like Dickerson, who's got pop, and he gets a 3-1 fastball out over the plate and he fouls it off.
The runners will be set free to take off with this one. Estrada at third, Solano at second, Duggar at first. Duggar with the great speed at first. There they go. And fouls that one away. High fastball.
Came at him again with 92 above the belt, out over the plate.
So the three runners get ready to go again. There's nobody anywhere close to third, so already a big lead there for Estrada. There they go. A check swing. Did he go? Yes. They throw him the curveball. Not a strike, but a swinging strike three. And the Giants, 2 strikeouts with the bases loaded. The home run by Ruff, the only run they get. They are back ahead 6-5 as they go to the bullpen.
Well, may the force be with you and every Giants fan on Saturday, August 14th for Star Wars Day. Special event ticket includes a Giants-themed Baby Yoda t-shirt. Oracle Park will be overwhelmed with stormtroopers, Jedi, and Mandalorians during that evening game against the Colorado Rockies. So get your Star Wars Day special event tickets that include a t-shirt at sfgiants.com/special events.
Star Wars Day. I like those. Jay Jackson in the pitch. When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil Change at Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and repair experts.
8th appearance for Jackson, who's been very good. 10 strikeouts in 6 2/3. Fastball, slider, cutter.
A mighty cut there by Chas McCormick. Rookie playing center field today for the Astros. Robel Garcia has come out on deck with the pitcher due up next. McCormick 0 for 2 in the game. And a foul ball.
All right, let's take a look at the check swing for Alex Dickerson. Ended it for the Giants. Take a look from the side. This will be the telling. And yeah, yes, he did. We weren't quite sure looking at it from our angle, but DJ Rayburn, the third base umpire, got it right.
Way up there in the right center. Yaz. Plenty of room. One away. I had an umpire once tell me, Mike, that when it's a appeal play and he's the corner umpire whose call it is on the appeal, what he's looking for is the barrel into the bat. If he sees the barrel into the bat facing him, then he feels like the bat went through the zone and should be ruled a swing.
Pretty simple way to do it. I mean, there's no scientific definition in the rule book, but
there's no such thing as a check swing according to the rule book. It's either a swing or it isn't. And they did when Sandy Alderson was in charge of the umpires, and he was pressed on it. As Robel Garcia stands in, switch hitter, and the count is 0-1. They came up with the determining factor for the umpires to determine whether it was a swing or no swing was, did the hitter attempt to strike the ball?
That's got a lot of gray. A lot of gray.
Thanks, Sandy. Although that helps me not even in the slightest, because guys start to swing, and as soon as they stop the swing, they're no longer attempting to strike the ball, right? So what does that mean? When he started the swing, he was attempting to, which would mean that any time a guy started a swing, then that should be ruled a swing. So,
every year in the offseason, I always read the rule book. I mean, just to refresh and learn. You always learn something new. Always. You could read it 100 days in a row, and you'd learn something new every time you read it. But there is so much umpire's discretion, so much gray area in that book. It makes you smile.
Umpires have a much larger rule book than the one they give us. 2-2 the count now to the pinch hitter Robel Garcia.
Jackson trying to backdoor that outside corner with a breaking ball.
There used to be an umpire, Jim Evans, and he sold a version of that umpire's special rule book. Nope, stays alive. Foul ball. 2-2 the count to him. And so I bought it. I thought, well, that's what I need. I want all the inside, not just the regular rule book. I want all the case book and all the details. So he sent it to me. It was in a loose leaf, and it was like 700 pages long. And I don't think I ever quite made my way all the way through it.
No, it's tough to do.
2-2 the count. Struck him out. Ball in the dirt. Casale steps out to get the angle and throws him out. 2 down. And now Martin Maldonado, the catcher, will come up. 6-5 Giants. Blake Taylor, a left-hander, is now warming up in the Astros bullpen. Giants had a 1-0 lead in the second. The Astros got 3 in the third for a 3-1 lead. The Giants tied it in the third. And the Giants went back ahead in the fourth inning, 5-3. The Astros tied it in the fifth inning. And there's a high drive deep to left. And this game is tied again, way back in the bleachers. Second day in a row that Jay Jackson has been touched up for a home run, and that was a long one.
And that's really what Maldonado is. I mean, he's dangerous. And he got a breaking ball that had some hang on the inside part of the plate. And he just got a floater. There's the hang and there's the bang. You knew it just from the sound.
.400 feet. The distance on that one. There's ball 1 to Altuve, the guy who hit the grand slam against Jackson last night.
It always looks perfect when a guy hits a home run. Always. It's never ugly.
Much better break on that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Altuve has 1 hit in 3 at bats. He drove one deep into right center, but that's the wrong place in this ballpark. Although I wondered, as Yaz caught it, how far that might have gone at Minute Maid Park in Houston. 1-2 the count now. He hit it out in the direction of the 415 sign here. Six to 6 in the 6th. There have been 7 home runs in this game. 4 by the Giants, and the Astros have hit 3 of their own. And that's a hanger, but a topspin liner. Wade takes it. Inning over. Top of the order, Wade, Yastrzemski, Rupp coming up.
Well, this series against the Houston Astros concludes tomorrow. It's a getaway day with a 105 first pitch. First 20,000 fans at tomorrow's game will receive a special Topps baseball card as part of a National Baseball Card Day. Get ticketed at sfgiants.com/promotions. All right.
Fabulous sun-filled day here in San Francisco. And another pitching change for the Astros. When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
Blake Taylor, the left-hander, coming on for the 30th time this year, 2-2 with a 3.42 ERA, over a strikeout an inning. He's a hard thrower. You'll see mid to high 90s with the velocity. He's got a hard slider, and pretty much 2-pitch go get him.
Austin Slater, the pinch hitter for Lamont Wade Jr. with the lefty in the game now. Slater's been swinging the bat pretty well here this week. An RBI single last night. 6-6 in the 6th. 1-1 the count. One and two. Yastrzemski on deck. Ruff due up third. Giants have some action going in their bullpen once again. Dominic Leone getting ready, and most likely for the 7th inning. Very high. 2-2 the count to Austin Slater. Giants have 6 runs on 9 hits, but 4 of their 9 hits have been home runs. 6 runs, 7 hits for the Astros, and 3 of their hits home runs. Up and in. Full count now. And he walks him off the outside corner.
Nice at bat down that count. 1-2. That last pitch was not an easy take. It was off the plate by about 4 inches. So a good eyeball there from Slater, and they got a leadoff runner on. They really pinched the right center field gap against Yastrzemski in this defense.
A lot of room out in left center. And Slater, who was the Giants' leading base stealer, he's stolen 9 times this year in 11 attempts. Giants as a team have 43 steals and have only been thrown out 9 times. And it's been a long time since a Giant got thrown out trying to steal. Ball 1. Slater, he was kind of flinching back toward first as that pitch came to the plate. One ball, no strikes. Roller to Gurriel. You get 1 at second, and double play. Gurriel, who's become one of the best first basemen in the American League.
Well, I'm impressed with how easily he turned this play, and it's not an easy one. Right over the head, a perfect strike to Correa, who gets it back over to him with something on it. Steps right in, a high release, and they just do get Yastrzemski. That doesn't happen very often to Yastrzemski. He's got good speed.
Only the 3rd time all year that Yaz has grounded into a double play. And a called strike to Darren Ruff, who launched one into the bleachers in left, leading off the 5th inning. 6-6, 2 down, nobody on. Houston's got more action in its bullpen now. Right-hander Javier. There's Leon getting ready for the Giants. We assume coming on in the 7th. We'll have a lot of big hitters coming up in the 7th. That one he muscles over the infield. Base hit. Second hit for Ruff.
Yeah, that was a nice cutter at 95, just off the inside corner that he fought it. That was a great dig.
Christian Javier up in the bullpen, and Dusty Baker is going to come out. So Javier may well be coming into this game now with the right-handed hitting Estrada at the plate. So Javier will be coming in. Runner at first, 2 down in the 6th. 6-6 the score.
We'll take the Giants on the go this season and stream the games on NBC Sports Bay Area.com and the My Teams app. Brought to you by your NorCal Honda dealers.
6-6. Giants and Astros, last of the 6th inning with a runner at first. And Christian Javier in for the bullpen. He's been kind of a swing man for them. Great arm. And he can both start and relieve.
24th time he's come into a ball game. Actually, 9 of those appearances have been starts. And he's exactly as you say, John, a swingman in that he can start a pitch effectively out of the bullpen. He's a 4-pitch guy. Mid to high 90s fastball, curveball, slider, changeup guy. With a real good slider. Probably his best specialty pitch, especially to right-handed hitters.
Thairo Estrada to lead off against him. He's had 95 strikeouts in those 77 innings, but he's also walked 39 and hit 3, so he can be wild. Real tough to hit. Only 44 hits allowed in 77 1/3, but he has been susceptible to the long ball. A big cut there and a high fastball. But back to the screen. Estrada got a base hit in his first at bat of the game in the 5th inning. He came in when Donovan Solano was removed from the game in the 5th inning with lower back tightness. 27,324 the paid crowd today at Oracle Park. Another high fastball, and it's 0-2.
Well, he's gotten.
It's not Solano. Solano's in the game. He's doing fine. Feels great. Looks great. Wilmer Flores is the one who came out with the lower back tightness, and Estrada came in. I beg your pardon. Up the middle, base hit. Ruff is going to keep on going as McCormick gets it into second. Well, Estrada's 2 for 2 since taking over for Wilmer. 2 consecutive 2-out hits here for the Giants.
Boy, an 0-2 gift. I mean, he threw a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, I mean, right down the Broadway. This is an 0-2 count. So Estrada is getting short, going back up the middle. He gets the gift and he does something with it. Once again, the Giants have an advantage here.
11 hits in the game for the Giants. Here's Brandon Crawford. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. The Giants leading RBI man so far this year, leading home run hitter, and they have the overshift on for him. Nobody at shortstop except umpire Ryan Blakeney. Down the right field line, just foul. Bummer, dude.
Well, he was definitely swinging at something he was looking for. And Crawford, who's hitting 393 with runners in scoring position, 2 out. I mean, this is his specialty. Has been all year.
Ruff at third, Estrada at first. Second baseman Altuve is 40 feet into the outfield against Crawford toward the right field line. Line drive right center, base hit. Ruff in to score. The Giants are back ahead. Estrada speeds around to third. Matt Crawford hit a liner that was just barely foul. Next pitch, another line drive that was fair. 7-6 Giants.
Well, I mean, he has just been so good in this situation. 17 RBIs now with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. 94 mile an hour. He just changed the grip on a little two-seam movement. Crawford not impressed.
Darren Ruff, who got the 2-out single, 2-out bases empty single, and that's been turned into a run on subsequent hits by Estrada and then Crawford. Now Solano trying to do the same. Donovan's hit a homer and also a single. He's 2 for 3.
There's that slider we're talking about. Such a good pitch to right-handers. I think he just did Solano a favor showing him that pitch on the first pitch, because that's his strikeouts pitch.
Solano blasted a homer for the Giants' first run of the day against Greinke in the second inning. There goes Crawford, and they will not make a throw, and it was called strike 2.
I mean, they didn't even defend against it. No middle infielder even broke to second base.
So now 2 runners are in scoring position.
I mean, watch the middle infielders. I mean, that's a surprise. It's a 1-run ball game. Now you got 2 runners in scoring position.
So a base hit could make this a 3-run game. But Solano's behind in the count, 0-2, and he's seen a couple of those sliders from Javier. And that was a fastball at 95 down the right field line into the seats. Steven Duggar on deck. Giants have been able to get the hit machine going today. 12 hits in the game for the Giants. And this is the 3rd inning where they've had 3 hits in the same inning. And that's coming on a day where they've hit 4 home runs. Runners at second and third. Back to the slider and smothered in the dirt there by Maldonado.
Good take, but remember when he saw it on the first pitch, makes it a little easier to take it once you've seen it.
And again he took it. 2-2.
I mean, those are good pitches.
All right, he's thrown that 2 straight times. Does he throw it again?
Yeah, they may go up above the strike zone. It's another good pitch for him with the fastball. But with the confidence he has in that slider, I wouldn't be surprised to see it again.
Again. Full count. Donovan took all 3 of them. 3-2. There's Duggar, the left-handed hitter, on deck. Javier studying his little card out there.
I mean, he's got a base to play with here. I mean, he could still go out of the strike zone with that slider again. Doesn't have to throw a strike.
Solano's been swinging the bat really well in this series. He's had 4 hits, including a couple of extra base hits in the first 2 games of the series. Full count to him. Estrada at third, Crawford at second. They'll both be off and running at the crack of the bat here with 2 down. Another slider, and this one foul tipped into Maldonado's glove. Giants back ahead 7-6. Dave Flemming will be along in the 7th. 7-6 Giants.
Guys.
Time now for our game summary. It's brought to you by Toyota. Through 6 spirited innings of play, Giants with a 1-run lead. They leave 7-6. It has been an amazing day. We've seen 7 home runs in this ball game. The Giants with Flores, Wade, Ruff, and Solano. And for Diaz, his second career multi-home run game, he's got a pair. And we go to the top of the 7th, 7-6 Giants. A new pitcher now for the Giants. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. It's going to be Dominic Leone who comes into this game, his 25th time this year, 2-1 on the year with a 1.54 ERA. 7-6 Giants, top of the 7th, and once again, my pal and my partner, Dave Flemming.
What word did you use? Spirited?
It has been a spirited game.
Oh my goodness. Back and forth, the two teams with the best records in Major League Baseball and just throwing punches. Here is Diaz, Dominic Leone's first pitch. He spiked it in the dirt. Slater stays in to play left field. And it's a long way this game for being over. Diaz right through the fastball, 1-1.
Now, Ledney's is thinking he's pretty magical right now. I mean, he's loving hitting in this ballpark.
He had 3 home runs all year before this series. He's hit 3 in 2 days.
You do that, you get in the batter's box and you think you're going to do it again.
Pretty powerful confidence. Cutter low, 2-1. Well, we know against Houston that the Giants are going to have to earn this, but back ahead they do have it set up. They got Leone, they got Rogers, they got McGee all ready to go today. Got the call there with the low cutter.
Perfect location. I mean, that's cut at the knees, outside corner. I mean, you get that pitch now, you can throw it out again a little bit off the plate. You can go above the hands with the fastball in.
Let's see. 2-2. Line drive down the left field line. Foul.
Or you could hang a breaking ball in the middle of the plate.
That's probably not the #1 plan.
Let's take a look at the home run balls. This one, a little breaking ball middle in off Alex Wood. And into the 5th inning. He gets a fastball, and Wood knew it. Wood didn't make many mistakes today. He pitched very well, but that last location was not the one he wanted to throw it to.
2-2. Foul ball. Just got a piece of much better slider there.
That's the thing with Leone. I mean, he's got the fastball, a cutter, and a slider, and they're all different speeds. And you saw his slowest speed, that last slider, but again in a perfect location. Straight away, pretty much by today's standards. That's how the Giants choose to defend him.
2-2. Foul ball. Went back with the fastball. 97.
Leone reaching back, and Diaz fouled it straight back, which means he's on it.
He is a confident hitter right now. When he's played, he's put up big numbers. 2-2. On the ground, not hit hard. Crawford will throw him out for out number 1. It's a big out.
Boy, I'll say. The guy that locked in, I mean, he just does not make he won't allow a pitcher to feel comfortable. It's the way he's balanced through his swings. So that's a big out.
Now Brantley, who has reached base all 3 times, although 1 time was on an error, so he is 1 for 2. A single, a walk. He scored 2 of the 6 Astros runs. On the ground, Solano ranging a long way, spun around and threw him out. What a play, Donovan Solano.
I didn't think he had a chance to do it. I didn't think he had a chance twice. I didn't think he had a chance to get it. I didn't think he had a chance to get off a throw. Right there, using every bit of that little second baseman's glove, and then a flip. And let's Ruff do the rest. I mean, I thought this was a base hit all the way. It's just a nice display of good hands.
Great play, Donovan Solano. Well, he made an error when Brantley was up earlier in the game that was costly, turned into a run. That was a heck of a play. Yuli Gurriel has hit the ball hard every time up today. Look who's up in the Giants bullpen.
Tony Watson, who was acquired from the Angels at the trade deadline. And he looks great putting that uniform back on.
On the ground to third, Estrada. That one wasn't totally routine, kind of an in-between hop, but he fielded it cleanly, and a really nice inning for Dominic Leone against the 2-3-4 hitters. 7th inning stretch. Giants lead by a run.
All right, time for the play of the day, brought to you by your California Ford dealers. Lamont Wade Jr. home run off Zach Greinke in the bottom of the 4th inning. His mother Emily was in the arcade and watched it fly over her head and splash right into McCovey Cove. Nice going, Em. I want to have dinner with the Wade family tonight.
You know, there have been 89 splash home runs by a Giant in the history of this ballpark. I do believe that's the first one that anybody's ever hit right over the head of his mom.
Yeah, I think that is absolutely blazing a trail there.
That's unbelievable. How smart is Mom for going out there to pick that spot to watch?
She knew it too as soon as he got it.
I think we all knew it. That was a huge moment in this game. It has been so back and forth this game. Crazy. Giants have the 7-6 lead. They've had 7 home runs combined between the two teams. Javier stays in. Duggar takes high, ball 1. And here in the bottom of the 7th, I mean, the Giants would take whatever extra they could get against this powerful Houston team. Trying to fortify for the late innings. Tyler Rogers is going to get loose in the Giants bullpen.
Yeah, add on is always a good idea when you're playing a good offense. And the Astros offense scored more runs this year than anybody else in the big leagues.
Duggar, kind of a little flip shot into right center field. That's a leadoff single for Steven Duggar. He's on base for the 3rd time today.
Let's take a look at the T-Mobile coverage cam. Here in this ballpark, it's the splash cam. Splash cam located all on top of the right field foul pole, and it gives you great shots of the field, the dugout, and all the actions of McCovey Cove.
And the Bay Bridge and
Coke bottle and the glove and the 415 section. Lots to see in this ballpark.
Yes, there is. What a great day to be out on the water. What a great day to be here. Kurt Casale stands in. Duggar with his speed at first. Talking about adding on. Giants have had chances these last 2 innings. A couple real big spots. Left them loaded in the 5th. In the 6th, they left 2 runners in scoring position. Now, in both of those innings, they also scored a run. So it's not like they came up totally empty-handed. Ball 1 to Casale.
Hey, Jeff Bagwell's here.
He's been doing some weightlifting. Not that Jeff ever needed it.
No.
Jeff Bagwell, Hall of Famer.
He was fun to watch.
He was a Giants tormentor for a while.
Oh, man.
Now, it wasn't just the Giants. Breaking ball for ball 2. It is true how sometimes these guys we circle as guys who really did a lot of damage against the Giants, like Goldschmidt, like Arenado, like Max Muncy, like Jeff Bagwell. I mean, there's a common denominator. A lot of those guys are pretty dang good.
Yes, they are.
Casale was ready for it and just a little too quick.
A lot of loud contact coming off his bat these days. Fair, foul, everything he's hitting has been right there in the sweet spot.
We've told the story many times, but he took a little breather, got healthier, changed the bat, got a little different feel with his actual bat, and we've heard a lot of that loud contact since. It's been weeks and weeks now. You got the pitcher's spot due up next. Jason Vossler's come into the on deck circle. There's Jason. Sally 2 for 3 today. That slider, and it's a real slower breaking ball. 2-2.
Just a little floater, had him way out front.
It is almost like the change of speeds for that breaking ball is as big of a factor as the break.
Yeah, he's got 4 pitches. He hadn't thrown us a straight changeup, but he's got one.
2-2. He threw that again. That's a big difference in velocity between breaking ball and fastball.
Which makes it so effective.
95-mile-an-hour fastball, 80-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Phil Maton, we saw him out of the bullpen earlier in the game. He had kind of a similar discrepancy. Sally having a long battle here. 2-2, but first another throw to first. Steven Duggar's become a better base stealer. 6 steals in 6 tries. He doesn't go a lot. The Giants don't try to steal a ton of bases.
I mean, you really have to get a good jump. Because Martin Maldonado's got a cannon behind the plate.
Crawford stole one earlier in the game. Now a swing and a miss. Fastball got him. So that's the first out here.
Just reach back and below, and right now the way that Casale's been swinging the bat, he hadn't missed many fastballs, and that one was by him. Good pitch.
So Jason Vossler will come up as the pinch hitter here, and Maldonado's going to pay a visit to the mound. This is, I mean, we've seen this. They're not the only team. Just automatic. If a pinch hitter comes up, we get a meeting on the mound.
But I don't understand. I mean, he's got the card in his pocket. I mean, every player's listed there. I mean, he's been in the game to the point where everybody knows to set a sign that there's a runner going to be on second base. So, I mean, that can't be that what they're talking about.
He had a catcher who, Martin Maldonado's just got a sterling reputation as a game planner, game caller, handler of the pitching staff. Not like he doesn't know what he's doing, but they want to talk it over face to face.
Well, you got mound visits, you might as well use them.
It's almost like that's the philosophy. Big breaking ball in for a strike. Astros have a couple pitchers, it looks to me like, warming up in the bullpen. Vossler is the pinch hitter. Outside 1-1. There's a changeup.
Yeah, kind of softball and first pitch backdoor breaking ball, then a changeup to follow. Yimi Garcia.
Yeah, one of the new Astros, Yimi Garcia.
And Rayleigh, the left-hander, Brooks Rayleigh,
who's appealing his suspension. Kind of a half swing by Vossler. seen teams. That was a fastball. We've seen teams pretty relentless here lately with the softer stuff, the breaking stuff against Vossler. One and two. Fastball misses.
So you pitch it backwards. You start them off with a bunch of soft stuff and try and finish them off upstairs with gas. You can see the idea that they had. Vossler has done some damage this year in the 2-strike count.
Breaking ball, he got a piece of it.
Wasn't a big piece, but it made a noise.
I heard it. Giants have Slater on deck. The only player left now on the Giants bench after using Vossler here is Buster. Wilmer Flores left the game with some low back tightness. Thairo Estrada took over for him. That was much earlier in the game. And the Giants have used Slater, Dickerson, and now Vossler as pinch hitters. 2-2. Foul ball.
It's a good pitch. I mean, they just got through throwing that off-speed pitch on that inside corner. Here they ran 93 up there right at the knees, just a little bit off the inside corner. But in a 2-strike mode, Vossler's going to expand. It's taking advantage of the 2-strike count. Nice pitch.
Javier, and he got him with the breaking ball. So Vossler strikes out swinging. 2 down.
So they go back again to soft stuff. They had a 2-2 count. They had a chance to go out of the strike zone, and Vossler could not lay off.
He's going to have to put some work in to cover that hole up, because I mean, it's amazing at this level how teams find a weakness and they just are relentless.
It's all about adjustments. Once they find a hole, you better figure out a way to cover it up.
Slater takes a get it in breaking ball.
I mean, we watched Steven Duggar. I mean, they exposed him on the inside corner, and it took him almost 2 years to be able to fix it. And now he has, and now he's back in the big leagues doing well. But if they find a weakness, they are just going to wear it out. And if you can't adjust, you're gone.
Kind of been what's happened to Jason Vossler here of late. I mean, Vossler's at bats earlier in the year were really good ones, and now he's just seeing so much of that stuff. Duggar at first. He led off this inning with a single. He stayed there the whole time. Slater. All the while they have been paying attention to him. Last time the Giants got caught stealing, any Giant got caught stealing, was almost 50 games ago, early June.
That's amazing.
They pick their spots well, the Giants do. Another breaking ball. Good take.
And that's the beauty of strike one, though. It gives you 2 shots to go to locations like Javier just went to. Pitcher's locations. Hard to do a whole lot with that location.
Another breaking ball for strike 2 called.
And it's just a mixture of speed. Soft stuff, hard stuff, soft stuff, hard stuff, back and forth. And the guy's able to throw all of his pitches over and give you that hard stuff, soft stuff variant. It's very difficult to time your lower body to it.
You can see why he's been tough to hit. 44 hits allowed in 77 innings before today. Yeah, that is not a lot of hits.
Well, you can see why. I mean, Javier's minor league numbers are amazing. He had 309 mid-50s innings pitched and over 500 strikeouts. A 2.22 ERA in his lifetime career down there. Those are big time numbers.
1-2 outside with the fastball, not close.
Just grinding at bat after grinding at bat all day long for both teams.
Both sides. And really, that's how the game went last night. The Astros ended up winning last night. Giants grinded it out all the way to the end, even though they were down. Got him swinging with the breaking ball. So Slater had a longer at bat there, but Javier ends up striking out 3 in the 7th. We go to the 8th. Big hitters coming up. 1 run, Giants lead.
Laura Britt here in the NBC Sports Bay Area newsroom via WebEx by Cisco. Join me and Randy Wynn for Giants postgame live. We'll be taking a look back at all of the home runs mashed in this afternoon's game. Plus, Carlos Ramirez will be joining us to give us all the details you need to know about Chris Bryant and Therese Vignal. Going to help us celebrate Gabe Kapler's 46th birthday today, guys.
All right, thanks, Laura. It is the manager's birthday, and he wants a win. That's what he wants for his birthday.
That's all he wants.
Pitching change coming. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. It ain't going to be easy. Tyler Rogers against Carlos Correa and the Astros. 1-run lead, 8th inning. Just inside for ball 1. Well, we always figured Tyler's got a little bit of an edge when he faces a team that doesn't get to see him very much. But the Astros aren't just any normal team.
Seasoned veterans, but even at that, the first time you see a submarine guy, it's funky.
1-2.
And none of that, but he's so far under the hitting speed. Average fastball in the big leagues is over 93 miles per hour. So when you have a guy whose best bolt is 83, and everything you're going to see is going to be below that for the most part.
Correa, strike 3 call with the slider. Sometimes that looks like a trick pitch.
Well, it's unusual because it has rise to it. And he sticks it right in the outside corner. And Casale just holds it right there with a little tug to the strike zone, and they get the call.
Beautiful pitch. So now Kyle Tucker, big time power, 20 home runs. On the outside corner to the lefty.
Yeah, that's a significant pitch because it was about 4 pitches off the plate away. They got the strike. It's significant because now Tucker's got to cover it. Going back outside again.
Ooh, except for they came back in.
That's a good miss.
Got away with it. Jazz McCormick, the center fielder, on deck. 0-2. Tucker, strike 3 called right on the edge.
Right on the edge. And think about the first strike that had cut working its way towards Tucker. Here they use a 2-seam movement and has a little tail going away, and they leave him standing. Oh, perfect pitch. Just scraping the edge of that strike zone.
Tyler Rogers is working on his strikeout rate. He struck out 3 against the Dodgers his last outing. McCormick pulls it foul. So that's 5 straight outs for Tyler by way of the strikeout.
I think he's throwing the best that he's thrown all year in these last couple of outings. I mean, he's really got his snap back. And when he gets his snap on his release back, he gets late finish on all of his pitches.
McCormick to right field. Yastrzemski right there. It's not a strikeout, but it's a beautiful 1-2-3 inning for Tyler Rogers. Middle 8th. Giants have a 7-6 lead.
Well, we've got a new kind of Giants pre- and post-game show. It's a Giants Summer Sunday featuring Therese Vignal, Cole Kuiper, Carmen Q, and Anthony Garcia. You see him before and after every Giants Sunday game all summer long on NBC Sports Bay Area.
And Cole comes off his assignment, right?
He is off assignment. He'll be back to work.
Just a beautiful summer Saturday. Yimi Garcia with the Marlins. Tough to hit, as always, the right-hander. Part of the deadline wave of acquisitions by the Astros to fortify their bullpen.
Well, he's another guy that was a starter, and he's got 4 pitches, but high velocity fastball. He'll 2 and 4 seam the fastball, and his slider is an absolute kill pitch to right-handers, and against lefties you'll see more curveballs than sliders. But still, I mean, he's got 5 different types of movement he can give you.
Well, the Giants have a 1-run lead, 3 outs to go for a win. But looking for something to pad that lead with Yastrzemski, then Ruff, then Estrada. That's ball 1. Close, but a fastball. I'd say fastball. Maybe that's that slider. 91-mile-an-hour slider.
He's got that kind of arm. Absolutely.
Between Kendall Graveman and this guy, the Astros bullpen got better.
Oh, they really did. I mean, with Maton coming in, I mean, another good arm. They put 4 guys in their pen that really upgraded it. They addressed the need.
That was their weakness. They've got some of the best starting pitching in the game. They've got excellent defense. They have the best offense by a lot of metrics in the game. Yastrzemski yanked that one foul. Mike 0 for 3 today with a walk. Hit the most impressive foul ball of the whole game. All the way back in the first against Greinke. 3-1. Giants have a chance to win a game that Zach Greinke started in this ballpark, which that has been tough to do. That's a strike right on the outside.
A little backdoor cut. Tip your cat. I mean, you're thinking you got a little bit of an advantage in the 3-1 count. The guy paints you on the backside of the plate that way. Nice pitch. I don't want anything to do with it. Thank you. It's not the 3rd strike.
Yastrzemski, high drive, right field. This one is gone. Mike Yastrzemski. Go fishing. 17th of the year for Yaz. 411 feet, and it's 8-6 Giants.
Oh, and again, he does it in a 2-strike count. Seen a lot of those today from the Giants. Yimi Garcia worked it full. Little cutter and just drops it middle in at the knees. And Yastrzemski says, that's where I like him. That's a big run.
Big run. And another home run for the Giants, their 5th of the game. The 8th overall in this game.
Take a look at the flight from the splash cam. Our T-Mobile coverage cam.
One bounce and down into the bay. 0-2 to Darren Ruff.
97-mile-an-hour fastball. How little anger behind it.
Huh. Yes, it did. Another nice game for Darren Ruff. 2 for 4, a home run. That was a big swing of the bat.
Just great at bats all day long.
Truly. Okay, until that one.
Except that one.
So
it happens.
It does. That was nasty. So 1 out, and now a brief message from Pacifico. 8-6. Giants leading the Astros bottom 8. Thairo Estrada against Yimi Garcia. Pops that pitch up on the infield. Who's going to take it? Carlos Correa from shortstop. Fighting that bright sun. 2 down.
All right, just getting back up. All right, okay, I got it. I got this. I got it.
It's harder than it looks.
It is a lot harder than it looks.
Especially when you're in a rental.
Why is that?
2 down for Brandon Crawford. Everybody went scrambling after that Yastrzemski home run. Crawford's hit in the 6th inning was a huge one. Put the Giants back ahead. Now they've added to that lead. Just a wild back and forth day. Great game. When you hit a home run, you get to go tell everybody about it. 8 home runs today in this ballpark, and that does tie a record for the most combined home runs in any single game in the history of this park. We figured it'd be a good day to hit, but I don't know that I saw 8 home runs coming.
No. No, I mean, I'd been happy with 2.
Crawford to left center field. That one's going to slice back to Brantley, though, who makes the catch. And now we go to the 9th inning. Giants add to their lead. And Mike Yastrzemski, this one had to feel good against a guy with great stuff. Not quite a splash home run, but pretty darn close. On to the 9th we go. 8-6. Giants lead.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
Inning number 9, Saturday afternoon baseball in San Francisco. Giants lead the Astros 8-6. And the closer he's shared the role with Tyler Rogers, but he's done such a good job. Jake McGee, 21 saves, 23 chances, in for the 45th time this year.
Yeah, look at the strikeouts. 45 strikeouts in 42 innings, 7 walks.
Astros, you can't leave Yordan Alvarez on the bench, so he's going to hit even against the lefty here to start the 9th inning for the pitcher. One of the most fearsome sluggers in the American League. 2-run lead for the Giants. Strike 1 with the fastball. Got that friendly call.
Boy, right away they get a gift. That's important now because Alvarez is going to have to cover it.
Strike 2. Alvarez took a big swing.
Well, that was a mistake. The location, they wanted to go above the strike zone, up and away. I mean, that was right there in his wheelhouse. They kind of got away from that. I mean, in an 0-2 count, I mean, that's just too much location in the strike zone, especially to a guy like Alvarez.
It helps when you throw a 97. Maybe get away with a location mistake.
See, Alvarez actually gets better against lefties. He's a middleweight guy.
Took another big cut on a, I think that was more what the Giants were looking for, that location.
Exactly where they wanted to go. Alvarez is a middleweight guy. I mean, he's a big guy with long arms, which explains a lot of the success he had against lefties. Lefties throw a lot of break that moves away from you, and Alvarez hits those breaking balls well.
That's why over the years he has beaten the shift a lot, because he does have he's not just a dead pull power hitter. He can spray the ball around with power everywhere. On the ground very softly. Estrada will scoop it up, and he throws to first just in time. He got him.
Wow.
Barely.
Astros going to look at this. There'll be a little wait here. I mean, not much of a backswing at all, which is why Alvarez got out of the box so well.
He got him.
They will not contest. Big out.
Big out. So now Martin Maldonado, who has hit a home run today, one of the 8 that have been hit in this game, off the bat of the 9th place hitter. Altuve waiting on deck. A little bit high. Did he go? No. That's Field and Culbreth over there at first.
I always believe that umpires who are at first or third base, when they're being asked to check to call a check swing on a catcher, they're a little more lenient. I mean, I don't have any stats to back that up. It just seems like, you know, they're fraternity brothers up there, the fraternity of the mask.
They really are. They take care of one another, catchers and umpires.
They do.
Sally might have got dinged by that one a little bit. Giants 2 outs away from a win, evening this series 1 game apiece. It's been a heck of a game today. Strike 2 swinging.
Just an easy 97 right through the outside corner.
It's been a lot of appearances, but the Giants have really done a good job, I think, managing the workload, keeping Jake McGee fresh. He's responded. The stuff's been excellent.
Back upstairs.
Got him swinging. 2 down in the 9th inning. And the last guy to get will be Altuve.
Right back at the top of the strike zone at 96. And they send Maldonado packing.
Giants fans would love nothing more than to make Altuve the final out of the game, but we know how tough that is.
Yeah, and I think he gets fueled by the booing.
I do too. I do too. Call the ball that time. I mean, he had his worst year last year with no fans. By far his worst year. This year coming back and getting this kind of treatment almost everywhere the Astros go. Altuve's had a monster season.
And he takes it personal.
He hits a high fly ball left field. Slater back on the track, squares up, ball game over. Happy birthday, Gabe Kapler. Your ball club got you a win against one of the best teams in the sport. And everybody can exhale. That took an effort from a lot of different Giants today. 8-6 the final score. The offense came through in a big way.
Yes, they did. 14 hits and 8 runs. And for the Giants, I mean, they come right in and play their brand of baseball and took advantage of some opportunities. It was the Astros who did it last night. Today it was the Giants, and they walk out of here as they've tied the series. Nice win for this club.
Yeah, that's going toe-to-toe against the big boys of the Astros and coming away with an 8-6 victory on this Saturday afternoon. 5 home runs fueling the Giants. Final score, Giants 8, Astros 6. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for Giants post-game live presented by Toyota starting right now.